Hello, matriculants. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I welcome everyone in this channel. Guys, feel welcome. Today, on this video, I will be dealing with compensation of Occupational Injuries and Diseases Act, which is COIDA, the one that they used to call it COIDA, compensation for occupational injuries and diseases. You must know the definition of those words. You understand? It is not right for you to know only the abbreviation, but you must also know the definition of those words, which is a compensation for occupational injuries and diseases. You understand? Which is topic number 5. It's act number 5 on the legislation, which is a chapter 1 notes. So okay, without wasting a lot of time, today we will be going through the purpose of a compensation for Occupational Injuries and Diseases Act. Number 1, we will be dealing with the purpose. Number 2, it will be the impact, which is positive and negative. Then we will go to the discriminatory, and then number 5, we will go to the penalties if they do what, non-comply with the act. Then from there we go to what ways in which the business can comply with the act. So yeah, that's what we will be dealing with today. So without wasting a lot of time, this video is going to be very short, and it's going to give you something that is going to help you in your final examination. Number 1, we have the purpose. Let us go to the purpose and see what are the purposes of what compensation of for occupational injuries and diseases. Number 1, it do what it provides a comprehensive protection to employees who injured in the course of performing their duties, whereby here it do what it promotes, provides a comprehensive protection for what employees who get injured in their workplace. You understand? That's very easy. When you hear the word COIDA, it's all about what? Compensation of employees that they are getting injured in the workplace, or being sick of using what? Of using dangerous products or chemicals, whereby those things, they end up killing their eyes, they end up killing their liver inside, and so forth and so on. So those people have to be what? Compensated by what? By COIDA. You understand? So that's number 1. Then bullet point number 2, it says COIDA applies to all casual and full-time workers who become ill, injured, disabled, killed due to the workplace accident diseases, whereby COIDA applies to all casual, full-time, or those ones who are working part-time. So the COIDA cover all of them. And then we go bullet point number 3. Then it do what? It excludes workers who are guilty of willful misconduct, workers working outside South Africa for at least 12 months, or members of SA Defence Force, which is South African Defence Force, or Police Service, whereby that one, it does not cover them, it excludes them. People who work what? Outside the country more than 6 months. Then we move to the last bullet point. It provides for the establishment of a compensation board whose function is to advise the Minister of Labour on the application or provision of a COIDA, whereby it do what? It establish compensation board, whereby they will be advising a person that is injured during the workplace, how are you going to apply for this amount, or how are you going to apply for this money? You understand? So we are done, we pass there. Then we go to the impact of COIDA. What are the impacts of COIDA on the business? We have positive. Okay, positive, it promotes safely in the workplace, whereby it promotes safety in the workplace. Number 2, employees do not contribute towards this fund, whereby here the employees or the employer that is injured will not contribute anything, must be paid, or other employees, they won't be the ones who will be contributing for their colleague, but the colleague must be paid. That's also positive. Then we move forward to the last bullet point, or the second last bullet point. Okay, eliminate time cost spent on length civil court proceedings, whereby here they eliminate time and cost that are used where in court, in the civil court proceeding. They limit that time, so which is also positive. They make things to be easy for you. Then we move to the last bullet point when it comes to positive impact on what? COIDA, which is compensation for occupational injuries and diseases. Any compensation to any employee, the family is exempt from income tax, whereby the family does not pay. They don't tax the family on paying the family member that is hurt or the colleague that is hurt. So that's also positive, because the family won't contribute anything, but the person or the employee have to be paid. Then we move to the positive impact. What are the positive impact when it comes to COIDA? Number 1, claiming processes can be time consuming, whereby claiming processes can take time. That's negative impact. And then bullet point number 2, domestic military workers are not covered. As we said, that people who are working more than 6 months outside South Africa, they are not going to be covered, which is those people most of the time are the military people. What are the military? Military, we are talking about soldiers. They are not covered by compensation for occupational injuries and diseases in the workplace. Then we move forward. Then there is a discriminatory action according to what? COIDA. What is the discriminatory? Employees who bribe or prevent employees from reporting the accident or injury. That's also a discriminatory. Then number 2, employers who do not contribute to the compensation fund. That's also a discriminatory. Employers who do not allow claims for injuries discriminate against injured employees. That's also an discriminatory. Employer that take too long to process claims delay the claiming process. That's also discriminatory. Now we are going to what? The penalties for non-compliance to what? COIDA. What are the penalties that they are going to face? Okay. Businesses can be fined for refusing to launch their claim or contravening the act, whereby here if they don't contrave with the act or don't want to launch the claim, that means they can do what? They can be fined. Then we move forward. They may be forced to pay any recovery cost required by the compensation fund. That's also penalties that they are going to find. And then if businesses are found guilty of any misconduct, they will have to pay large penalties. That's also a penalty or a heavy penalty that they will be facing. So now we are going to what? Ways in which the business can comply, whereby here when we say ways which business can comply, they will be avoiding what? the penalties. That's number one. They will be avoiding the penalties. They will be avoiding the discriminatory of the employees. They will be avoiding what negative impact, but everything is going to be positive, and the purpose is going to be positive also. So let us move to ways in which the business can comply. Number one, businesses should provide a healthy or safe working environment. That's also a way of complying with the act, which is safe environment. Okay, report all incident causing death, injury, illness of employees. That's also fine. I mean, that's also a way of complying. Ensure that the premises is in good working condition. That's also a way of complying with the act. So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I want you to pass your final examination with distinctions. I want you to pass your final examination with distinctions.